Hey, welcome to an impressions video on Gears of War at E3 2018. So I'm a big Gears of War fan if you guys don't know, and if you guys do know, I have been asked by a few people to say, hey, what are your thoughts on Gears of War at E3 2018? And I have a lot of thoughts, this is gonna be kind of like a hot take, but these are gonna be my thoughts and impressions on what I saw at E3. First and foremost, I am not lying when I say this, I saw Gears of War pop. And I screamed no because I was like, there's no way that this is going to be the next Gears of War game. And afterwards, we had Rod Ferguson come out and he said, Gears of War pop's a mobile game and it's kind of like a little fun spin-off. It's kind of like Mario and Rabbids. And I was so happy to hear that because after that initial shock went away, I was like, okay, cool, maybe this will be a game that gets me to finally have a game on my smartphone. I'm not a smartphone gamer, even though I have worked in the past designing games for smartphones. I just don't play them. I'm not sure why that is. And I do kind of like that fun little style, it's a separate thing. It's not ruining Gears of War in any way. I'm a big Gears of War fan, but I don't really own any action figures or anything, so I think this actually might be kind of a smart way to get people to buy some pop figures, kind of do some tie-ins or something. So overall, my impressions of that, pretty good, I'm definitely going to check it out when it comes out. I'm a fan of the overall cute aesthetic. I'm not a big fan of pop figures at all, but seeing them in action and the way they presented it, it looks like it's going to be a cute little strategy game. So I'm definitely going to check it out. Next up, we got Gears of War Tactics, and man, oh man, I've been wanting a game like this forever. Gears of War is a cover-based game, and it just really lends itself so well to an XCOM style RTS combat strategy game. And seeing the brief 30 seconds we got on stage was not enough. I think they got kind of robbed there. I would love to have seen way more. Like, I'm hoping they release some sort of like 20-minute gameplay from E3 because that would be amazing. A lot of people don't know this, but I do really like RTS and strategy games like this, but most of the time I was playing it on console, and on console, not having a good time, man. Like the controller is just not a good way of moving units and managing your army and all that. It just doesn't work. The only game I could imagine playing like that was something like Pikmin. Like Pikmin worked, but I tried to play Command and Conquer on N64 like that, and it wasn't all that great. But for the time, it was great. This is the kind of spin-off I want to see when you're dealing with a franchise like this, and I'm just dying to get more information on this. And last but not least, Gears of War 5 was also announced, and they showed a little bit of gameplay and a trailer. And I was not a fan of Gears of War 4 in terms of the story. The campaign completely lost me. I thought it was devoid of any real character development. It kind of played it way too safe. I didn't hate the characters necessarily, I just felt that they weren't really fleshed out. I felt the game relied too much on Marcus Phoenix. The logical conclusion is that the story of Gears 5 would no doubt revolve around Kate. They actually have some more character interaction and there's a little bit of a time skip. It seems like they're going in the right direction with the campaign. It might be interesting. There's just a couple new weapons, new enemy types. That's one thing that I really did not like about Gears 4 is that the game is about 5 hours and 2.5 of those hours are fighting DBs. So these new enemies look a lot more interesting. The campaign looks to be a lot more emotional. It just seems that they're taking everything in the right direction, but I do want to be a little bit cautious. I got burned with Gears of War 4's campaign. I don't want to get burned with Gears of War 5's campaign. But that being said, obviously the core game mechanics for Gears of War 4 were very solid, and I'm hoping Gears of War 5 continues to build on that because I really did enjoy the multiplayer. And with all that being said, I'm glad to see Gears of War is still out there and alive. This is a franchise that I've loved. Gears of War really got me into online gaming when I first got my Xbox. I hope the Coalition learns from some of its mistakes, and I hope they listen to a lot of player feedback. And overall, my impression of Gears of War at E3 was really good. I'm looking forward to Gears of War Tactics. Gears of War Pop might be a fun mobile game. And hopefully Gears of War 5 builds off of the good aspects of Gears of War 4 and does something amazing with it. That's everything I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. Check me out on my social media accounts, and I'll see you guys later. Take care. Goodbye.